Do you need to be polarizing in order to be able to build a brand?
I don't think you need to, but I do think that it does help. I think the more polarizing you can be, there's always going to be people that can relate with the polarization that you have anyways. Regardless of what side of the aisle that you're on, there's always going to be people that agree with you. And there's also going to be people that disagree with you. And I think that the more polarizing you can be, the more trust and the more vulnerable that you are, the more people can relate.
Is it more interesting if you're more polarizing? Because I've had different conversations. I had a conversation with Dan Fleischman sitting in that chair.
Sure.
And he said, as a business person, it's not worth it to be polarizing. There's certain things you should just avoid.
Sure.
Because you're going to alienate a good portion of your audience that loves you right now. And if you give them that opinion of yourself, then they're going to hate you.
Right.
And your reach is going to diminish.
Yeah.
And Brad Lee was sitting in the same chair and he said, the people who love you, you will grow more by being authentic than what you will lose on the other side, the people that say they're not going to follow you. So I'm curious, in reputation, in brand, in polarization, in being controversial, one, you have to be pretty thick-skinned.
Oh yeah,
to be able to deal with hate.
Sure.
Or people taking unfair shots. I've had my share of unfair shots.
Yeah, me too.
From trolls out there. But where do you land as far as, I'm sure from a PR standpoint, running your agency, it's probably easier for you
absolutely
to represent somebody who is going to stir things up.
My opinion is I think you can do both. So I actually land in the middle. The reason I land in the middle is because depending on what brand or a business that you're representing, I think it either allows you to kind of step outside of that line. But if you're in, let's just say you're a pastor. Well, there's a lot of things where you do have to kind of stick to the principles and like you have to kind of be PC about everything that you do because you have a lot more people now that are entrusting you with everything, with their beliefs and their thoughts and all of that, where you can't just say anything like off the hook because you're going to get a lot of flack for that. But more importantly, you have a duty as a pastor to lead people in a certain direction. I mean, and everybody has their own opinions on that. And I don't think either person's right or wrong.
Well, here's how I judge right or wrong. Consequences.
Sure. Yeah.
That's how I judge right or wrong. As far as, was this a good decision or bad decision? What are the consequences of that decision? You can talk all day, but there are consequences for certain things.
Sure.
If you like this video and you'd like to see more, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. We post new content every single day. If you're into network marketing, entrepreneurship, or personal development, this is the channel for you.